Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about me, my revert story. How did I revert? Why did I revert to Islam? What led me to that particular way? And all about it. We've become a big family and you have asked me a lot of questions, so I've collected them actually here on that paper. So basically what we're going to do in today's video, I'm going to read you the questions which you have asked me, and one by one, inshallah ta'ala, I'm going to introduce the answers to the questions to you. So before you continue watch that video, because it's probably going to take a long time, make sure that you stop and you read in the caption down below which questions I'm going to cover today, and you're getting to know the answers of. And if you're interested, just continue watching. If you're not, alhamdulillah. So let's go started. First I will start by who I am, and I'm going to introduce myself completely. So well, now my name is Silvana. I'm a convert from Bulgaria and I'm 26 years old. I currently live in Germany and I'm a housewife, sorry. So now that's about me, who I am. You already know how old I am, where do I live, where I am from. Let's see now how did it all started, what led me to the path of Islam. Now here is the question, subhanallah, like it's a miracle. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala completely led me to that way, and Allah guides whom He wills, alhamdulillah. But I will tell you what exactly happened in my life, so I got the opportunity to know about Islam. Now first I was studying in language school and my dream was to study in Germany. However, I graduated language school and I took my C1 diploma in German language, and I've got accepted in the colleges which I have applied. But one thing is to study language in school and totally another thing is to practice it. So with my parents we thought it's the best opportunity before going to Germany to find a work with German guests where I would have the opportunity to practice this language, so I'm not all over alone in an unknown country where I have never been before and where nobody speaks my language. So we've decided we're going to search. So in March, or I don't know when exactly, but I applied to be to work in a restaurant in a cruise ship, with the German guests. However, they promised me they will reach out. They accepted me, but they never reached out. Later on, my mother found me a work like a kinder entertainer with German guests. However, we thought it's the offers, what it was written in the internet, the offer was for Bulgaria, in Bulgarian hotels, so I should care about the children and German guests are coming, and so I supposed to do that. However, when I went to the interview, a place in Bulgaria wasn't available. So I've passed the interview, everything went perfectly, alhamdulillah, but the place in Bulgaria wasn't able. They were offering me Ibiza, Fuerteventura, Egypt, and among other places. And once I've heard of Egypt, that was the turning point in my life. I directly, I didn't care about Ibiza, I didn't care about Fuerteventura, I didn't care about anything. I just thought of Egypt. The only thing was in my head was the pyramids, the camels, and so on and so forth. You know what I saw already on the TV my whole life. So that's how I decided that I want to go to Egypt. And they've accepted me. Everything was perfectly. However, now that's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala led me to Egypt, and there where my story actually began. So later on, my family wasn't agree for me to go to Egypt because we've met a Bulgarian man in the Egyptian embassy who explained how not good is there, how scary, that of course is not true, but he was there during the revolution or something, so that's why his expression of Egypt. And when I was going, it wasn't anymore revolution. So, however, my family didn't want me to go and they begged me not to, but it's like that when you turn 18 in Bulgaria, you can do actually whatever you desire. So I said, anyway, I'm going, bismillah. So, and like that, I flew to Egypt on 1st July 2015, after I graduated my school, kind of directly. So, alhamdulillah. So, and there my story started. I've met, as I was working in that hotel, then I met my husband, who was also working in that hotel. And a little bit later on, so we've met July 2015, and we've got married in December 2015, the same year. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So that's how all started. I've got rejected from the first work which I applied for, and I've got accepted to the work which led me to Islam. So now the other question is, when did I revert to Islam? I've reverted to Islam, as I already mentioned. I've got married 2015 December. I've reverted to Islam 2016 April, a few months before Ramadan. And I also forgot to mention that when I met my husband and when I went the first time to Egypt, that was in Ramadan. Now, I probably will talk in another video about that, but I had so many experiences in Ramadan there. I never saw somebody fasting or, you know, like, yeah, so like that. Now, when did I revert to Islam? I already told you, April 2016. What inspired me to become Muslim? What inspired me? My husband and my husband's family and all of the peace I saw in his house. I would always be honest about that. That's the only, I never saw something like that in my life. Like in a house, they were all the time praying and reading Quran and listening to the Quran, and all the time remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I surprised. Now, I never saw somebody praying. When I saw my husband praying, I was kind of, what is this? Like, I'm seeing when we are in the place, he putting the prayer mat and he prays, and I mentioned, now, okay, he prays in the morning, he prays later, he prays, okay, but now this prayer finishing faster and this prayer taking longer time. So now I started to count the steps, what he's doing exactly. So I was really curious what he's doing, and when I saw his mother and father and sister and everybody praying, and the peace in the house took me, because when you're coming from background where there isn't that much peace in the house, you will know what I'm speaking about. So that's what inspired me. Them treatment, how they accepted me, even though I wasn't Muslim. I was totally stranger. I was totally stranger, literally. But everybody opened them arms for me and accepted me and took me and cared about me. So, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. That was my inspiration of becoming a Muslim. Now, okay. Why did I revert? I already tell you why did I revert to Islam. Because of what I saw. Because I felt it. That's the thing. That was the missing piece in my life. Like the missing piece of the puzzle. I've got everything, but I didn't have the peace. I didn't have the peace. And when you don't have the peace, you don't have actually a thing. So, okay, let's say I've took my certification. I was going to study in Germany. I was going to live the life which I was dreaming of. But actually, that wasn't the life which I was dreaming of. I didn't have the peace. Whatever I've got, whatever I've received, I never felt the peace which I'm feeling right now after reverting to Islam. So, yeah, I just felt it from my heart that I wanted, when I saw everybody praying, I wanted to do exactly the same. I literally wanted to do exactly the same. I wanted to talk to God. I wanted to put my head in the ground, and I wanted to do it. But I said to my husband, I want also to do that. And that's my wish. I really need to do that. And he said, so you have to take your shahada. You have to say, like, because without, how you're praying without taking a shahada, because you're saying in the tashahhud that, the shahada literally, so that's directly took my shahada, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So, okay. What was my family opinion about marrying so young and a Muslim man? I didn't ask about their opinion. I told them later on, after I got married. So, does my family accept me as Muslim? About the idea if my family accepting me as Muslim, no. They don't believe in Islam. They kind of don't like Islam. I would not be harsh and say they hate Islam. Kind of. But now I want also to talk about that. I'm coming from a Balkan country. I'm coming from Bulgaria. And Bulgaria was occupied from the Turkish over 500 years. Over 500 years it was occupation. So now it's from the history where everybody thinks that the Muslims are like, it's a history. It's between, because they were occupied 500 years from a Turkish people from Turkey, they don't like actually Turkish, even though we live among a lot of them. I like really people who are Bulgarian, you will see them opinion that they are kind of against them. So my family opinion was always, we say hello, but you can never go back in a house with them. So it never was working. So my family think that, you know, like I'm kind of brainwashed because I'm a Muslim, and that I don't have my own choices and I don't have my own decisions, and because I'm wearing the hijab, like you like, look at you, you're European, what are you doing with yourself, why do you cover your beauty? Alhamdulillah, because Allah guided me and showed me the way. So yes, my family is not very excited that I'm Muslim and they do not accept it, but it's not their business. It's, you know, it's between me and God. Alhamdulillah. So what is the connection with my family now? It will never be like before, but alhamdulillah, it's not that good, not that bad. We communicate because I follow the Sunnah and I follow the Quran, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that we have to keep communication and to never cut the ties with our family. So I do call them, but not every single day, if that's what you're asking me here. I keep my connection with my family and I ask from time to time about them, how they are, what they're doing. I ask about my grandparents. I have old grandparents, alhamdulillah. And yes, I always hear them opinion about Islam, but yes, I keep in touch with them if that's what you wanted to know. So if your parents are also against your religion, but they do not harm you, or they do not prevent you from praying, or they do not try to harm your religion or whatever, you have to keep in touch with them. That's what I want to say, because I was not keeping in touch with them, but I decided that that's wrong and I should keep in touch. Now, the next question is, how do you read Quran? Well, I read Quran in Bulgarian language, if I have to be honest. Now, I've started reading it from the phone. Later on, my husband got me a Quran in Bulgarian language, and then later, a few months ago, I've got the Quran in Arabic transliteration. It's amazing. That's the most beautiful thing I've got till now. Like literally, I can read the Quran in like Alif, Lam, Mim with English words, with English letters, and that brings me so much peace. I try to read the Quran in Arabic, so I've got it on Amazon. Now I'm not in a state of wudu, so I'm not going to take the Quran to show you, but it's written in the Franco-Arabic, and at the same time it's written in English, and at the same time in Arabic. So it's amazing. That's bringing me so much peace. In the moment I read it, I try to read every day, if not one page, if not 2 pages, one ayah, it doesn't matter, but I really try to read every single day, and I try to practice, so at some point in my life, inshallah ta'ala, I can memorize it and I can read it good. Okay, so that's how I read Quran. I read it in Bulgarian, in Franco-Arabic, and yeah. Are Muslims oppressed? Where do you live? No, I live in Germany. The Muslims are not oppressed. We are walking free here, and yeah. It's not, there isn't oppression, but you will see the treatment, you know, it's, many people also ask me, how is the life in Germany, should we move to Germany? If you're living in Muslim country, sit where you are. You don't want to move to Germany. You don't know what's going on here. You don't know how you will let your children to go to kindergarten and then to school. So if you're living in a Muslim country, don't you dare live your life for the life in Germany. Everyone explains how beautiful the life in Germany it is. Sit in your country. I'm telling you from personal experience, you need Islam. You need to raise your children upon our Muslim law, upon the Quran. You don't need to raise your children here. If you have the opportunity to live among Muslims, do that. Otherwise, here we are not oppressed, alhamdulillah. Yeah. Okay. Now, again, the same question. You are living in a Christian country. How is it for you? it's fine. It's fine. You have to care. Alhamdulillah, you have to care what you eat, what you shop, and you have to. I read all the time in the back of the stuffs if they consist alcohol or if they consist pork, meat, or something. But otherwise, it's fine. It's not bad if you think about the hijab and about the clothing. The clothing, it's not a problem here. Everywhere there is people which will like and which will not, but you do it for Allah. So if you're living in Christian country also, I know now I have to explain here small thing. Now Christian countries are different. I live in a country where I was lucky to live in Germany, and here there isn't there is racism and these things, but I don't feel it that much as if I would feel it in Bulgaria. There it's impossible to live my life in hijab, in abaya, I cannot do that there. I don't know how. I didn't see in the area where I live people who do that. I would be there not feeling safe. But here in Germany, alhamdulillah, I do feel safe because everybody does what he wants here. But in country like Bulgaria and probably the neighbor countries, I don't think so that it's very easy. So I understand everyone out there who live there, and I know what you talk about, and I know probably why did you ask me that question. Because it's really hard if you're in a country where everybody putting his nose in your business and everybody judging you. So okay, now the 12th question is: Assalamu alaikum sis, I am new. Please advise on how to stop wearing makeup and start wearing hijab. So now, as I say in every single video of mine, start by steps. First, about the makeup. I do not wear makeup. I can't resist it. I literally can't resist it. Doesn't matter which type of makeup I put. I would all the time touch my face. Everywhere I will become black, or I don't like makeup. Like you see me, I'm all the time going outside like that without wearing any kind of makeup. Sometimes I wear something on my lips, but I try to be without the colors, so it's not attractive or something, just to feel better. My lips don't be dry. But if you do wear makeup and you can't let it directly, start to ask yourself about the question that how beautiful you are without it. I know that now you will not understand it, but Wallahi lazim, Allah created us in the perfect shape, in the best form, and Allah created us beautiful. We do not need to cover our faces with a ton of paint and just to look beautiful, because that's something which it's not. It's our beauty standards are wrong. Our beauty standards are wrong. Somebody tells you, the media tells you that that's beautiful, and